Hey, beautiful queens, let's talk about aging well with nostalgic moments of joy. Okay, so this is a reboot. I went live yesterday for our Tuesday tea with Evelyn, and I had so many glitches because I was locked out on my YouTube from my computer. So I jumped on really fast from my phone, and it was so glitchy. Didn't turn out well at all. So let's discuss this again. Okay, so today's tea, because even though it's not Tuesday, I still have my tea. I am sipping on it is watermelon rose hibiscus tea. It's decaf and it's from the Tea Book Room. So there is that. So that's what I have that I'm sipping on today, caffeine free. So there we go. Really good. Okay, so I want to talk today about what how we can have fun, how we can have joy, how we can age well by going back to the things that brought us joy as a child. We had fun as a kid, most of us. I know everyone's story, it's not the same. I am not trying to trivialize any of that. But for the most part, I would say the majority had really great childhood experiences and we had some fun and we didn't have to pay bills or have real responsibilities. And so life was a little bit more carefree. And so I want you to think about the things that you loved doing when you were a kid that you can still do today. Because at some point, maybe someone said, act your age, or, you're too old for that. You have aged out of that. And I'm going to say, really, that's not true. If it's something that brought you joy, then if it brought you joy when you were younger, it may still bring you joy today. And I'll give you some examples of that. Like for instance, when I was younger, I was really into astronomy. I wanted a telescope. I wanted to see all the stars and the planets. So I don't know, sixth grade, 12th grade, 12-year-old, fifth or sixth grade, I think sixth grade in Okinawa, Japan. I was in sixth grade and that was our study. And I was just fascinated about everything that's in the universe. And so, and then, you move on and other things going on. And, so I just kind of got away from it. And then recently, a few months ago, I ran into some people who actually have an astronomy club at a local college. So I will probably go check them out. It's like once a month. So when my week and their week lines up, I will probably check that out because I'm so fascinated with it. I think the universe is fabulous and how God has designed that world. I just love it. So I would love to, explore more of that. So that's something that I didn't do because then and that's not because anyone says you've aged out of it. It's just that life presents so many things, right? I mean, we get into our careers, we get into having families. You go before that, it's the college, and you're just drawn in so many and pulled in so many different areas. And so there's times when we kind of leave the other things behind. But let's see, I have a list here of some things that you can still reconnect with. Of course, bicycling. If you love bicycling when you were younger, you probably are still doing that now, but if you're not, please do something like that. I haven't done it, but at the beach they always have like these bicycles that you can rent and then drive down the coast to other beaches. I really haven't done that. I'm not a sportsy person, athletic person. I exercise all the time. I mean, I can ride along the beach, but don't know how well I do like going up the coast, going to, all these other beaches along the way because it's a lot. But I have friends that do triathlons and they're riding their bicycles for miles and miles. So if that's you, do that. And if you enjoyed sports when you were younger, again, not me. I was one of those people that in school I was like no one wanted me on their team. So I didn't enjoy sports, but if that's you and you're very athletic, you can still do some things today. You don't have to join a team or a league or anything, but you can. But just get out and have some fun. You may have to do it, some adaptation to it. You want to make sure that you're safe while you're doing it. We can't do things exactly the same now that we did when we were a kid, but there's some things that we still can do. And then what about the hula hoop? Oh my gosh. I remember doing hula hoops when you're younger, and we've got adult hula hoops for exercising. That's fun. And then there is hopscotch. I mean, really, that just takes all that costs you is chalk, and you just do a hopscotch board on your patio or on your sidewalk. I've done that a couple years ago in my front yard. Not in front yard, but on the sidewalk in front of the house. And I didn't care if people watch me. Hey, come enjoy and have some fun with me. Because again, it's the joy, it's that nostalgia, anything that's just going to give you that uplift and just that fun part of life. Just all those endorphins that you have is just going to help you to age well, just bring you joy. And then maybe like I remember when I was a kid, I loved the easy bake oven. No, I'm not gonna go out and buy an easy bake oven, but what did I love doing? I love making the little tiny cakes that was baked with a light bulb. Not doing that, but I can bake that. Maybe that's why I like baking cookies and baking breads and all the things. And I remember with some girlfriends, we play in the mud and we make like little mud pies, and or we collect grass and leaves and we'd make our little salads, and then pull those like little red balls, little red bulbs or whatever they were from a bush and put it all together. Of course, we didn't eat it. We knew better than that. But it was like a way of being a mom and cooking. So those are things that were fun. And I would still do that today. I mean, not that. I still like enjoy making salads for my family. Not with the grass. But those are things. And then maybe like needlepoint. If you like crafting, I know a lot of my friends do quilting or they do sewing. I remember when I was in 12th grade, when I was 12 years old, again in Japan, when I learned how to do embroidery. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. So if you love anything with needlepoint or sewing, just get back to those things. Anything that you like to collect. Do you like collecting, coins? Do you like collecting stamps? Whatever it is that brings you joy and peace and fills your heart, do that. Puzzles. I was never really good with puzzles, but a lot of people are. If you love doing that, and again, that's something that you just don't age out of. You when you're a child, you did it, like maybe 100 pieces. Now you might be doing 5,000 pieces. So, what are those things? Maybe learning an instrument, maybe going back to playing an instrument. That would be sort of really cool because that really even helps your brain as well. It helps with your cognitive development, and that will be perfect. And also, learning a new language would be fun. Doing a cooking class. I'm trying to look at some of these things that I have written out here. Maybe going and flying a kite. When was the last time you flew a kite? Was it when you were a kid or maybe when you had a child? And maybe it's been a while. Maybe just go back to some fun things. And then let me know, like, what were some fun things that you did when you were growing up? Put it down below so we can all, like, it sparks our memories. And first of all, we'll put a smile on our faces, right? Because it's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Or I remember I always wanted to try that. And so we can all have this collection of ideas that we can try. And so that we're all just helping each other to live well, to grow with grace and confidence and purpose. Because no, we don't age out of having fun. If there's something that's to your core that you enjoyed as a child, you probably would still, on some level, do enjoy it today. Just maybe in a grown-up way or Maybe not. I don't have to do hopscotch in a grown-up way. I do a hopscotch the way I did when I was back in New York. I love doing hopscotch with my best friends. So whatever it was that brought you joy, of course, the list is extensive. I just, put down a couple of things, but share all the different things below. We would love to know what you did, what we would love to try, what we like to try again, get back to, so that we can age well. All right. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do, because I come back here weekly to give you some fun ideas and tips so that you can go back and rediscover your God-given beauty and vitality so you can age well with grace, confidence, and purpose. See you next time. Bye for now.